everybody? Welcome inside fitnessinformer.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube channel. I'm F5 founder and CEO Ryan Buck. I want to thank you for stopping by to check out our 100% honest, no bullshit review of MuscleSport's Rhino Black Pre-Workout. Today we're going to talk about MuscleSport Rhino Black Pre-Workout on 5 different categories. First, we're going to talk about the ingredient profile. What is in this product, and is it dosed effectively? Second, we're going to talk about the effectiveness of this product. Third, we're going to talk about taste, which was called Jungle Juice. Fourth, we're going to show you a mixability video and tell you about mixability on this camera here, on this review. And then finally, we're going to talk about value of this product. So let's dive into the ingredient profile on this. We start with 6 grams of citrulline malate, 2-to-1 ratio, which means we're getting 4 grams citrulline to 2 parts malic acid. This is going to help induce muscle pumps because citrulline is the precursor to arginine in the body. So as it's changed to arginine within the body, it then helps produce more nitric oxide, which is going to improve blood flow. 6 grams is going to be an acceptable dosage. Betaine anhydrous is used at 1.5 grams. Typically, this is dosed between 1.5 and 2.5. This actually aids in strength and power output. Agmatine sulfate is dosed at 1 gram. Now, Agmapure agmatine sulfate, what that does is actually inhibits this enzyme or this particle in the body, the molecule in the body that tells your body to quit making nitric oxide. So by using agmatine sulfate, your body can produce more nitric oxide over the ceiling that your body provides, leading to a bigger pump. Taurine, which is good for strength and power output, it also helps regulate your electrolytes, is dosed at 1 gram, which is going to be an acceptable dosage of taurine. Nitrosogene is dosed at 750 milligrams. Now, nitrosogene is an arginine bonded version of silicon that actually helps improve nitric oxide. Now, typical dosage of nitrosogene is 750 milligrams to 1500 milligrams. I prefer to see that 1500 milligrams because that's where a lot of their claims and their studies come from. 750 is on the low end. Still is going to aid in increased production of nitric oxide. I would just like to see it higher. Ornithine used at 750 milligrams. Now, ornithine can help with strength and power output. Ornithine can be dosed as high as 2 grams to really show a benefit, so this is going to be a little underdosed on ornithine, but it's still a nice addition. I wouldn't say it's useless in this product, but again, we'd like to see a little bit more. Beta vulgaris at 200 milligrams. I'd like to see this at least 500 milligrams, if not higher. This is going to basically be beet root extract, which is going to help overall pumps. So the nitric oxide recycling complex, very good. There's a couple ingredients in here, the ornithine and beta vulgaris that I'd like to see a little bit higher. Ornithine as well could be at 1 gram, would be fine. The cellular energy complex starts out with beta-alanine at 3.2 grams. Beta-alanine has been shown to improve muscular endurance and reduction of fatigue time at the 3.2 gram mark. HBCD, which is highly branched cyclic dextrin, which is a carb at 2 grams. This is actually going to help provide a little bit of energy. It's going to help provide more of a muscle pump. I'd like to see it higher, so I actually supplement with about 15 grams of carbs pre-workout, but it's nice that they use it in here. I don't know how much it's actually contributing to the overall cellular energy complex of this pre-workout, but it's a nice little addition of a high-quality carbohydrate. And then creatine magnapower, which is creatine magnesium chelate, is used at 2 grams. This is going to help with strength output, and it also can aid in pumps. For mental stimulation and focus complex, we get 750 milligrams of tyrosine. I'd like to see this at 1 gram. Tyrosine is going to help improve mental clarity and brain function. Then you have tri-caffeine matrix, which is going to be caffeine anhydrous, dicaffeine malate, and caffeine citrate at 400 milligrams. I'd like to know of each amount of what I'm getting on this one actually, but what's nice is caffeine anhydrous is the one that hits quickly. Dicaffeine malate is going to help sort of that euphoric energy, and then caffeine citrate actually helps sort of combine the two together to make a really good solid energy at 400 milligrams. A high dosage of caffeine, but with dicaffeine malate in there, it might not actually be actual 400 milligrams of caffeine. Then you have a choline complex, which is a CDB choline and choline bitartrate at 300 milligrams. This should be higher in my opinion. This should be at least at 750 to 1,000, especially choline bitartrate by itself should be up to 1,000 milligrams. So this is going to be underdosed. Hordenine at 75 milligrams is used in a lot of fat burners. It's a stimulant that can also help basically give you more energy and increase energy production and could lead to fat loss. So overall, the profile is really good. There's a couple ingredients in there that I feel are a little underdosed, but most of them are dosed appropriately. They're dosed effectively, and it should provide a really good, pretty good workout. In terms of effectiveness on MuscleSport Rhino Black, it's really effective. It's actually one of the best pre-workouts that this reviewer actually had taken because it is dosed really nice on different aspects. So the focus was decent. He said the pumps and the energy were the 2 of the best things in this product because you obviously have a big cellular optimization, like a big pump complex, and you have a good energy complex with 400 milligrams of caffeine mixed in with hornidine. So pump energy is going to be good. Focus is decent. Could be better with some higher amounts of tyrosine, higher amounts of choline, but You also have hordenine mixed with different variations of caffeine that's going to stimulate your central nervous system. It's going to increase your mental alertness and your cognitive functionalities. Strength and power output, you do have things like taurine, you do have things like betaine and hydrose, you have beta-alanine, so they're going to be sufficient. They're not going to be the best in the world, but they're going to be good enough to get you through a really good workout. In terms of taste, we had Jungle Juice, which is more of like a grape berry type flavor. It was good, it was refreshing, it was different. I think MuscleSport does a really good job of nailing their flavors, so this was something different that you typically don't have in a pre-workout. That is something that we're a fan of. Again, it was refreshing, it was different, and it tasted good. Little sweet, not a lot of tart to it, but that's definitely okay. In terms of mixability, it's a big scoop size on this thing, actually. Each serving size on this is going to be about 23 grams, which is a lot. So when you mix that in with, 6 to 8 ounces of water in a pre-workout, you're bound to have particles. We have some particles in this, a little bit, nothing too crazy out of the ordinary, but there's still going to be residue. You might have to add a little bit of water back to the shaker cup to finish the rest of the pre-workout, or you just take it down with your intra-workout. So mixability is solid, like between 8 and 9, nothing spectacular, but it's not poor either. In terms of value, what you need to understand about MuscleSport is their prices online are meant to direct you into a brick and mortar store. So their price online is $60. However, the minimum price that the stores can sell it for is basically at 60% of that. So you can find MuscleSport's Rhino Black in a store for as low as $36 for 20 servings. So for $60 for 20 servings, it's a bit high. It's $3 a servings. I don't think many people would pay that. We do have a coupon code Informant here at Fitness Informant, so you can knock off 20%, which will knock that down to $48 for 20 servings, which is more acceptable, and I think it's definitely worth $45 to $50 based on the profile. But if you actually go into a brick and mortar store and you find this actual product, you can find it as low as $36, probably closer to $40, which makes this right around that $2 a serving, which is a high value. So for us, in terms of value, their online model might not be as high as a value as their store model. That might change soon, but again, if you have a supplement store near you that actually carries this product, my recommendation would be to go in there and purchase this product to save a few dollars. If not, you can use that code Informant to save 20% off at the link below here to purchase that product. Make sure you follow us on our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe now button here below to stay up to date with all new MuscleSport and pre-workout reviews. Check out our podcast. It's called Be Informed, Live Fit. We're on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube, Stitcher, Podbean, and more. And for this full in-depth review, more pre-workout reviews, supplement deals, news, rankings, fitness programs, and nutrition plans, make sure you visit us online. We're at fitnessinformant.com.